And this is the global forecast for November 2022, brought to November 2025, brought to you by the wonderful people at asktheanswer.com, the UK's leading website for tarot readers, psychics, mystics and channelers. Folks, there's a lot of toing and froing this month. In the background, Uranus is retrograde, sextiling Neptune that's retrograde. This is part of a very large, long-term, ongoing aspect between these two outer planets. And the long-term result of it is really positive. But at the moment, there's a lot of internal reassessment and reflection on the changes that have taken place in the world so far in this last year. The full moon on the 5th of November at 13 degrees of Taurus is not really impacting on the world that much. But the new moon on the 20th of November at 28 degrees of Scorpio is. This will be, for the majority of the world, quite a positive thing, in that it's a time where there's going to be a great deal more sensitivity, intuition, creativity, and down-to-earth groundedness. So individuals will be making some good decisions at this time. However, Jupiter is about to go retrograde. And before that happens, Mercury's going to go retrograde. They go retrograde at about the same time, Mercury 48 hours before. And Mercury's going to be retrograde most of the month in early Sagittarius, late Scorpio. So for all individuals, it's worth looking at the area of the last 5 degrees of Scorpio, the first 5 or 6 degrees of Sagittarius, and asking yourself, what house is this in? And agreeing with yourself not to be making any big plans or decisions or changing of course there, because it's a classic Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde will be trining Saturn and Neptune, but it's also going to be opposing Uranus. And that's going to be a bit tricky, particularly when Mercury's opposite Uranus around the 18th, 19th, 20th of November, which is the new moon. So that might be quite a combative time. Mercury will stop going retrograde at the end of the month, but it will still be in its shadow and won't clear it until mid-December. So, for the majority of us, this is not a time to make major changes, of course. Venus will be in Scorpio much of the month. Mars will be in Sagittarius much of the month. All of the outer planets except Pluto are retrograde. The world continues to spin. But you can be sure that there's going to be a lot of hype and spin over this next month. And there's going to be a lot. I'm not suggesting there's going to be a lot of lies. I am suggesting there's going to be a lack of clarity, and not the whole truth is going to be coming out. But then what's new? As far as November 2025 goes, folks, suck it and see. This is not a month to play safe. Don't make major changes, of course. But neither believe everything you're being told. The games are playing out. They're drawing inevitably towards the trigger points of early next year. So be strong and centered in yourself and make sure that your world is solid, and you'll be doing the rest of the planet a big favour. As far as, if the world were one person, I'd be saying as far as November 2025 goes, have a solid and centred month. Catch you next time.